Hello guys, this is Silva here again. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you guys a volatility strategy, alright, and I'll be using the volatility 10 index for this example, right? Now when you take a look at the volatility 10 index, you are going to notice that whenever it's going towards a direction, it tends to go towards that direction for a very long time, alright, before it changes, alright. And let's say you can see this is a downtrend now. Whenever it's heading towards the downside, it tends to go for a very long time before it reverses, all right. And if it reverses, it will go for a very long time before it still changes, right? And ever since this pair started, right, ever since towards the back history of this chart, you can see that it has been on a downtrend. All right, so let's check the monthly and see. You can see that it has been on a massive downtrend ever since, right? It has been selling for a very long time now. And now this is what I've discovered about it, that whenever it's going towards a direction, it tends to go for a very long time. And there's this strategy it's a very simple strategy, and I have discovered that it also works very well on this particular synthetic indices. All right, so let's quickly set up the strategy, and then I'll be explaining how to take entry and exit using the strategy. All right, we are going to be designing it so that it's help us to get this entry, all right, and it's going to be based on the direction of the market, all right. We want to use it to take entry, and so that we take advantage of these moves, all right, these moves that normally do happen on the volatility 10 index, all right, that whenever it's going towards a direction, it tends to go for a long time. We want to take advantage of that, all right. So now we are going to be adding two indicators, all right. So first of all, we have to click on this F icon here. So after clicking on the indicator, we are going to search for no other indicator but the moving average, right? So you click on this plus icon, you search for your moving average. Now you are going to be setting the first one to period 100. The shift is 0, method is exponential, apply to its close, the level all time frame, the star you make it color blue, 3 pixel, you click on done. So after adding that, you are going to see this blue line here on your chart, all right. Now we click on the F icon again. We are still going to search for moving average, right? So you click on the main window plus icon, you search for your moving average again. So for this second moving average, we are going to be making the period 50, shift is 0, method is exponential, the time frame you leave it as it is, all time frame, the star you make it color, you change the color to color green. Then after that, you click on done. Then lastly, before I forget, we are going to be adding the fractal. So this fractal here, we are going to also need it, right? So for the fractal, you are going to set it to the default setting. You are going to the only thing I change here is the color, and I make it 3 pixel, all right? So after you click on it, then you see this dot here on your main chart, all right? If you have been following me, you know that I also love to use the fractal very well. Now what these three indicators are going to help us do is to help us identify whenever there is change of trend, all right, whenever there is change of character in the market, all right. You see now we are previously in an uptrend, which was identified by the moving average, right? So this is how you know that the trend has changed. Whenever you see this green moving average, which is the 50 EMA, crossing above the blue one, which is the 100 moving average, right? So whenever you see this crossing, you just know that the trend has changed, all right. Then what you'll be looking for only is buy entries, all right. Now you see the crossing again below around here, which was signifying that the trend has changed into a downtrend here, right? So you can see, and since then price has been going down, right? And then you see again, let's see, all right, so it did not cross, all right, so which means the downtrend is still going to continue, all right. So you can see, so currently we are in a downtrend here, all right. So you use these two indicators here to help you identify when the trend will be changing, and then the fractal here is going to help you get an entry. All right, you get your entry and then it will show you where to put your stop losses to. All right, so I'll be showing you in this video right now how to do that. Now, for example, you see that the trend changed from a downtrend into an uptrend, right, according to these indicators, right? So you can see it was previously below and then it crossed above, right? Now whenever you see this crossing, all right, this is how you get your entry. Now you are going to make sure that first of all this green is above the blue line. Whenever you are looking for a buy entry, you want to make sure that the green is like is showing that it's above the blue line. All right, even if price crosses the two line and you see that the green line is still below, you don't need to take an entry. It has not been confirmed that the trend has fully changed. All right, you are going to also wait for the green line here to cross above. All right, so now when you get this crossing above, the next thing you want to see is that you want to wait for price to go up, come back for retest. All right, so whenever you see this retest, the fractal is going to pinpoint that this is the most recent structure the market formed. All right, so what you do is that you want to mark that structure, right? You are going to mark the tip of that particular candlestick that you saw the fractal showing on top. All right, so you mark this area here. Whenever you mark this area, now price came back for retest around this area. Now you are going to wait for price to come back here and break above. All right, you wait for price to break above this structure before you think of taking an entry. All right, so that's what you do using this strategy. Once you have confirmed that the trend is heading towards a particular direction. So this example here, we are looking for buy entry now. So you wait for price to break successfully above this area. Now you have observed on this volatility 10 index that whenever the market is heading towards a direction, it tends to move towards that direction for a very long time before it changes direction, right? And that's what we want to use to our advantage in this using this strategy. Okay, so just get the point. Now once you get the break above, you take your buy. Let's say you place your buy around this area, place the buy around this area here, and then where you have to place the stop loss is going to be below the most recent structure, which is around this area here. All right, this is where you have to place your stop loss, and then you can like place your TP using 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. All right, that's how you get the most. Right, so you place it like, for example, you are risking $4, your TP is going to be $8. All right, 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. All right, so that's how you go about using this strategy. For you to take entry from the 1 hour time frame is going to, like, if you are having a small account, the risk is going to be too much for you. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is that you use this 1 hour time frame here for your analysis to know the direction, the overall direction of the market. All right, and then what you do, you scale down to the 5-minute time frame. All right, for example, we are previously, let me mark that area so that you understand what I'm doing properly. So I'll mark this area now. This is where we took, like, this is where the, let me just so this is where you confirm that the trend change, the green line changed to an uptrend, right? So we are going to head down to the 5-minute time frame so that we apply the same method there in order to get our buy entry. All right guys, so as you can see, this is where I marked on the 1 hour time frame. All right, this is where the crossing happened. All right, now this is how you get your entry. All right, like you are going to use the same method I explained on the 1 hour time frame. All right, I should have scaled down to the 5-minute time frame before I do that explanation, but it's still the same method you use. All right, so let me delete this now. So you have confirmed that this here on the 5-minute time frame, you want to also see that this green line is above the blue line. And then what you do is that you apply the same method, all right, by marking the most recent structure created by the market. You mark the tip. So whenever the market is going for a retest and then you see that the fractal has appeared above that candlestick, the tip of the candlestick, you mark the tip of that candlestick, all right. So when it's coming back to do a break of structure, you are going to catch that entry, all right. Now for you to confirm that the structure has successfully been broken above, you are going to wait for the candlestick to close above this line that you draw, all right. You want to make sure that the candlestick has successfully closed above that line. So you can see this strong candlestick here that broke above it, all right. The first one came, all right, it went back, it closed with a wick above it, which is not a good entry signal. You want to wait for the candlestick to close above that particular area, like this green candle here you see, which close above, all right. So once you get something like this, what you do is that you place your buy immediately. You place your buy immediately that candlestick closes, and then your stop loss is going to be below that structure. The fractal is going to identify it, all right, the most recent structure, and then your TP is going to be 1:2 risk to reward ratio, or you can scale to the higher time frame, and then you like the 15-minute time frame or the 30-minute time frame, then you aim for the most recent structure you see after taking your entry, all right. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. For those that understand, that they already know what I'm saying, all right. But if you are a newbie, you can just use 1:2 risk to reward ratio. Like if you are risking a $3, all right, you are aiming for $6, all right. So you aim times 2 of what you are risking, all right. So that's just how you go about with this strategy, all right. Now we are just taking advantage of the way volatility 10 moves, all right. Whenever it's heading towards a direction, like you can see now, it tends to go for a very long time before changing direction, right? So you can see when this crossing happened, it went up for a very long time. You can see that. So you can use this to your advantage, all right. You can use this to your advantage, all right. So that's the whole aim of this strategy, okay. So what I want you guys to do now is to back test, or you demo trade for like a week or two using this strategy. Make sure that it's working for you before you go in with your hard-earned money, okay. So that's going to be all for this video. For those of you who are just starting out and you have been blowing your account, all right, I have a boom and crash strategy, a VIP strategy that is designed strictly for growing small accounts, okay. If you're a newbie and you have been blowing your account, you don't understand much about trading, you can use this strategy I'm talking about, okay. So if you're interested, you check the description of this video. You are going to see my WhatsApp contact there. To make sure to message me and we'll discuss on how you get the strategy, okay. So that's basically everything you need to know regarding this strategy, okay. So what I want you guys to do, make sure to demo trade it for like a week or two, and once you see that it's working for you, then you can deposit money and start trading using this strategy, okay. Make sure to master it very well before you put your money. So that's it, guys. For those of you who have not yet joined the free Telegram community, the door is still open, all right. You check the description of this video. You are going to see the link to join in, the link in which you can use to join on the description. And if you are watching from TikTok, you are going to see the link on my bio, okay. So in case you click on the link and it refuses to go, what you do is that you copy it, paste it on your browser, and then you click it from there, okay. It will go. So that's it, guys. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Silver out.